The first thing I would like to start looking at this smartphone is its price. After all, it is the price that determines the expediency of my purchase. Although, who am I kidding, what else is expediency? It's smaller than 2 matchboxes. This is a smartphone for leprechauns. That's what I wanted to call this video, but then I realized that this is a direct insult to the leprechauns, so if replicants are watching me, please accept my sincere apology. In general, this phone cost me 1100 hryvnias. In my opinion, it's obscenely cheap. A clean 6th Android is installed here, so basement engineers didn't burden the already poor components of the smartphone and installed the old but not useless Android 6. I think this is very reasonable. Look how smoothly this baby works. I specifically recorded at 60 frames per second so that you can see it. But not everything is as good as we would like. In each barrel of tar, there is a spoonful of honey. Due to the very low price, the Chinese didn't allow themselves to install 2 powerful components in this phone. I look at it and think, well, they did steal it from somewhere. I'm not hinting at the arachnophobic inclinations of Apple and their offspring iPhone. This is a basement marketer's fault. I'm talking about the fact that in addition to the Chinese, such an idea has already arisen in someone's inflamed brain. And yes, there are already smartphones in the world that are not inferior in compactness to my copy, but in completely different price range. So what am I talking about? This smartphone is equipped with the old-fashioned MediaTek MT6580 with a frequency of 1.3 GHz and the gaming GPU Mali 400, just 1 miserable gigabyte of RAM and no less miserable 5 GB of permanent memory. This, in modern realities, is not just small, it's catastrophically small. The battery is only 1000 mAh. It drains quickly but charges just as quickly. The screen here is also wretched, but its wretchedness is also its advantage. After all, the resolution here is only 240 on 432 pixels. With a 2.5-inch screen, the density is only 180 dpi, which is felt every second. But as many people know, that the lower resolution, the less stress the GPU experiences. This makes sense if we will try to play demanding games on this smartphone. Ancient games like Subway Surf or Trucker Who Likes to Break His Neck runs good on this smartphone. But as you can see, it's also possible to play more modern games on it. Well, here is some World War. Playing with aimbot, I can feel it. Of course, playing is not convenient, and not only because there are 30 frames per second, but also because of the game is running on 2.5-inch screen. Because of the fingers, you can't see anything. I'm not a fan of games with aimbot, of course if it's not a Counter-Strike, and in general I don't really like games on smartphones. I'm tired of playing these games for children. Let's go into the game for real, man. World of Tanks Bleeds. To make you crazy about the size of the pixels, I will bring everything closer. And who should I play? For poor Soviets, for dirty capitalists, or for magnificent Germany? Everyone knows that the most intimidating tank of World War II is the deadly Tiger, and the worst one was Sherman. Therefore, the choice is obvious. I will choose America. Damn it, again idiots in the team, stupid matchmaker. Let's write in the comments how many times you came across idiots in the team, but personally it's easier for me to say how many non-idiots I came across in the team. It was so rare that I even remember it. Of course I'm an experienced tanker, I have played as many as 0 hours in this wonderful game, so you can be sure of my skill. Now there will be some penetrations. They act like boars, they back up all the time. I feel like I'm playing with bots. In general, the picture is smooth at the minimum graphic settings, of course. I was afraid to set higher settings. Victory! Just a little too simple. I hope I didn't play with bots. But if these were bots, then I'm afraid to imagine what kind of intelligence real players have. In general, as you have seen, you can play on this phone. I will tell you more. YouTube and videos in Full HD work here better than on Raspberry Pi. True, I run the last one on a much larger screen. The color rendition here is so-so, still not that bad. But what about the direct purpose of the phone? How does the music play on it? Unfortunately, there is no mini jack here. The speaker here is loud, but the sound quality leaves much to be desired, especially after using the phone with a normal sound. Listen by yourself. Okay, for such a price it's normal. When making calls, I can hear the interlocutor perfectly. He can also hear me well. Oh, I almost forgot, the typing on the keyboard is a real torture. I don't even know if you can get used for it. Everything is assembled at the highest level, the buttons have gaps that you need. After all, you know, the buttons should not be clumped. Just look at this, that's how they clumped on my phone. There should be a little backlash, and it is there. Okay, they backlash so much that you can even record ASMR. Okay, jokes aside, just the buttons. But you just look in what equipment this phone came to me. I received it in such a elite box, which with all its appearance say that I bought a real luxury. True, developed in the basement, but oh well, the kit even comes with a silicone case and a paper clip. And also a manual if you suddenly forgot how to use a smartphone. Charging cord but without a block, and there is even a protective film. Impressive, isn't it? Does your iPhone has such rich equipment? Well, now the most interesting thing is the camera. The manufacturers say that the main one is 2 megapixels and the front one is 0.3 megapixels. But I think it's just a typo and there should be 2 and 0.3 pixels. There is only one camera on the back, not 3 as it might seem. This is, as you understand, is a fake. In terms of quality, this one camera is hardly as good as my old Sony Ericsson, which also has 2 megapixels. But in terms of video, oh god, there is no focus, but it doesn't even need it. Full HD resolution, quality is above all praise. Okay, who am I kidding, the quality is worse than the Nokia 3310, which doesn't even have camera. The front camera, as you can imagine, is even better. I went into the description of this phone on Aliexpress and you just look at these successful young people. All as one use a Chinese phone for $42. That's alright if you want to get rich, be able to save. So in these pictures, most likely made in Photoshop, there is some kind of hidden meaning. This baby was even photographed with the iPhone. To buy it or not, I cannot advise it. But decide by yourself. I bought it to show you because in my opinion it deserves attention because of its tiny size and low price. Well, I like this device more than Raspberry Pi because for the same money I get both a screen and a battery and you can even make calls from it. That's what's really bad, it doesn't have 4G. I saw a similar copy with the characteristics twice as good, a 2000 mAh battery, 3GB of ROM, but it also cost twice as much. All links will be in the description. Thank you for watching, press like button and comment this video what do you think about this tiny phone. Thank you, goodbye.